Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 9.18. The chapter which we are related with is labor costing. We have solved 17 questions and now we are looking at 9.18. Another news I want to share is this could be the last question for labor costing. Chapter has been concluded in this book. So we may take some of the question for further practice from another edition. 9.18 cost accounting, management accounting. As you know that there are three major factors which we are related with: material, labor and FH. This chapter was specifically associated with labor costing, where we have learned how to pay wages to the workers specifically and especially related with manufacturing concern, as cost and management accounting is directly or indirectly associated with manufacturing. All right, and two main method of calculations of wages we have seen: time rate method, where we only find out how many hours a worker had worked and then we multiply with per hour rate with which we do calculate our wages. Secondly, we have seen piecework rate system, and this system follows number of pieces a worker would made and it would be multiplied with per piece rate which may have decided earlier. So simply pieces multiplied by per piece or unit multiplied by per unit, that would be the amount of wages for piecework system. As we have seen in all of the question, we were related to either both or at least one of these formulas were always be present in any question. So direct or indirect, plus or minus, or front or back, we were related to these formulas where we do calculate our wages. Right now we are at our last question 9.18, where you can see that only one worker is working. And as usual for last 4-5 questions we have seen weekly hours are given in the question. Weekly hours were given in the question in last few uh, in last weekly hours. Okay, in last few questions we have seen weekly hours were given in the similar way. This question has also your weekly hours. There is only one person involved and we are required to pay normal wages and overtime wages. Here you can see the heading: normal wages and overtime payment. But there is a little interesting thing over here: up to 9 hours single rate, over 9 hours double rate, and above 48 hours double rate. So there are two options given for double rate. Either we will see uh, above 9 hours a day, that would be treated as bonus hours and that would be multiplied with double rate. Or another option, collectively we will see if in a week, if worker had worked 48 hours, that is normal, and above 48 hours, double rate would be given. And it has been mentioned whichever is more beneficial for the worker, for the workman. It means we will solving this question in two ways, where we will follow per hour, per day hours and per week hours at the same time. Alright guys, so first thing first, we will see how many days. First, here you will mention your days first. And we have Monday, and then we have Tuesday, then we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are the days. In these days, usually what we do, we write normal working hours, or we can use hours worked. Then we see normal hours, and finally we will see over or bonus hours. Let's see how bonus has been given. Over 9 hours in a day, double rate would be given. So it may be called bonus hours, you may call it overtime hours, that would be the same thing. So let's start on Monday 11 hours, put 11, then 9, 8, 10, 9 and 6. So these are our work, and now we will see up to, look at here, up to 9 hours in a day single rate. So normal hours 9, and these normal hours would remain same for whole week. And since at Saturday he had not worked for 9 hours, only 6 hours he had worked, so normal hours would be considered as 6. For here you will calculate your bonus hours. How? 11 hours he had worked while normal hours were only 9. So 2 hours would be considered bonus hours or overtime hours. Nothing is here. Okay, nothing is here. And then 1, next nothing, and on Saturday also nothing. So in this way we will calculate now total, and we'll choose the option which is more beneficial for the worker. So here we will be taking our total of hours worked. Simply we will take sum 6, 6, 6, 9, 10, 8, 9, 11. Sum of these values 53. Okay, and bonus hours we have calculated is, let's take some. These are only 3. You can see 2 plus 1. There are only 3 hours. So option 1 we have completed, in which hours worked were 53 and bonus hours were 3. Normal hours we can calculate. Just take the sum of these normal hours, 6, 9, 9, 9, 9. So we have got our normal hours as well. 51, it should be 50 at least. Okay, here he had worked less than 9 hours, so it would be considered 8 total normal hours at that day. And on Saturday he had also worked less than 9 hours, only 6 hours he had worked, so 6 would be considered on that day as normal. So in this way one option is completed where we have to see what, up to 9 hours single and over 9 hours double. So what we have done, 9 hours single rate, and beyond 9 hours or over 9 hours we have considered it as double rate. Second option is important because one of the option would be chosen, and under this option it has been said, or from here it second option is starting, or above 48 hours double rate. Now you can see that total hours he had worked for 53. We can mention over here total hours worked 53, and normal hours for second option is equal to 48. As you can see 48 hours are mentioned over here for normal. So above and over normal hours, simply we will calculate 53 minus 48. So that is what we do have, 48, 5. So hopefully you have understood that in this method we were willing to calculate over 48 hours, that is 5. In first option you were supposed to give bonus on 3 hours. In second option we are now giving bonus upon 5 hours. Again let's go back to the question. It has been said whichever is more beneficial to workman. So let me know, giving bonus upon 3 hours or giving bonus upon 5 hours, which would be more beneficial? Obviously, you will be in a position to say openly that second option is more beneficial. Here you will calculate now normal wages. And how you will calculate normal wages? Simply, you will see how many hours he had worked, and per hour would be multiplied. And as you can see, even in the last question you are using the same thing, hours worked multiplied by per hour. So here hours worked multiply per hour would be used. So normal wages would be calculated. We were having two options. Either we could take these hours or we can follow 48 hours option. As we have decided that 48 option is more beneficial for providing overtime payment, and in this way we will calculate, we will use 48 hours, and total hours he had worked 53, 48 hours normal, and 5 hours would be taken as overtime payment. So instead of solving here, we can solve, okay, since we are not following these hours, we can directly calculate over here. First you will calculate your normal wages, and then you see how much would be paid for overtime, and then you will calculate your total wages. Okay, please do understand, normal hours here, according to second option, we do have 48 hours, and it would be multiplied by 75 per hour rate. How we had taken, look at here, normal rate is 75. Overtime, how many hours we have worked for overtime, that is 5, and it would be multiplied by per hour rate 75. And in question it was said that over 48 hours double rate, over 48 hours, that would be double. To make it double, we will simply be multiplying it with 2, and then we will calculate our total wages. Statements are completed. Actually, I was willing to write the formula as well. Let's write this. We are using hours, we multiplied by per hour, and then for overtime hours multiply by per hour, and then to take it double we will multiply it with 2. So these were two formulas which were used to calculate wages and overtime, and now we will calculate the amounts. 48 multiplied by 75 normal wages, and now we will calculate overtime payment, where 5 overtime hours multiplied by 75 per hour and multiplied by 2 to make it double. So guys, we have our normal wages and overtime payment. To calculate total wages, what we will do, normal wages would be added in overtime pay. So our normal wages 3600, and we will add our overtime payment, which is 750, and finally we can calculate the amount of total wages 3600 plus 750. So guys, we have our total amount, which is 4350. Let's check it out. You can see over here total wages payable 4350, and we have 4350. So as you can see, we have skipped this option. Why we haven't calculated normal wages over here? Because bonus hours were 3, while for second option your bonus hours were 5. So it was said in question, more beneficial portion would be chosen. More beneficial hours were second option, where 48 hours were to be considered as normal. Over 48 hours would be considered as bonus hours. We had paid normal wages up to 48 hours. Above 48 hours, we have chosen them to pay as overtime payment. In this way, both normal and overtime were added to get our total amount 4350, and we have checked this answer as well. So in this way, our question has been completed. Answer has also been checked for 350, and this is 4350. In this way, question 9.18 has been completed. But if you have any query, any question, or you are facing any problem in understanding this question, you are very open to ask your question through messages, text, or any way which would you like to ask, and I will surely be answering your questions instantly. I will surely try, inshallah. 9.18 is ended, and hopefully we will be meeting soon again for the solution of any other question. Up till then, please take care of yourself, and I am requesting you to please pray for me as well. Thank you very much for your time. It's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.